Hi there, I'm Coach Kenneth, and today I'm going to talk to you about why we push others away. Now, everybody wants to be loved and to give love, but whether you're aware of it or not, love is a real struggle. We always go between fears of abandonment and fears of engulfment, and accepting love from others can be a real challenge. So I've got some really good pointers about this so you can become more aware of this for yourself and your partner. See, the thing is that when it comes to love, you may want to give this much love, but your partner may only be ready to get this much love. So in that situation, they're going to feel uncomfortable and do things to push you away. Now, the minute that you start to push this person away, that's going to, cause the fears of anxieties of abandonment to stir up in them, and then they're going to try and cling to you even more. But you're feeling smothered and trapped, so you're trying to push them away. So it gets to be a vicious cycle. And that's why consciousness is very critical. Because if you become aware of this, you can learn why you're doing it and why your partner's doing it. See, in our own childhood, our parents may have given us, let's say, this much love. So that's what we're used to. That's what we're comfortable with. Now, when we have a partner that's giving us a different amount of that kind of love or different type of love, it doesn't feel right. It feels uncomfortable. And the best way I can describe it is to use an analogy such as, imagine that you got to choose between two houses. One house is a house from 2016 with, the typical television set, video game systems, whatever, style furniture, or a house from 1935. And their living conditions with maybe, shaggy carpets or whatever was popular back in the 30s, probably not even having a television then. So imagine which you would feel more comfortable with. Obviously today's, see how it would feel familiar as opposed to that other situation? It wouldn't feel familiar. It would be like, ooh, this is weird, I gotta get used to this. So that's kind of what I'm trying to get you to understand here. Because we're going to push people away if we don't understand why we're feeling uncomfortable or what's going on within us. Now, here are some of the other ways that you can be aware of for things you might be doing unconsciously to push your partner away. The first one is called triangulation. So a lot of times, people that don't feel comfortable in one-on-one relationships will bring in a third party. And that third party can often be an ex. So if you have a partner that's bringing in an ex and hovering around in the background, just that threat of them being there is going to make you feel uncomfortable. And they keep them there on purpose to sabotage you from feeling too close. That's just one way you can bring in a third party. There's other things you could do. I'm just using an ex as an example there. We can try and provoke our partners into being negative towards us so we feel comfortable. Maybe we came from a home where our parents or our caretakers were critical of us. So we do things unconsciously to make our partner provoke us to be negative towards them. Here's another way. We can provoke our partners to say negative things that we believe about ourselves. So if we have this negative belief that we're selfish, we're going to unconsciously have them provoke us to calling us selfish. I know it can be like, huh? But it really goes on under underneath our awareness of things. And that's why I'm bringing these up, because if you start to be aware of this, you can look at your behavior and be like, wow, I really am doing that. And then you can make a change. Because you can't fix something unless you know it's broken. Here's another one. We could say things that we know will push them away. So we could say something mean, something hurtful, so all of a sudden they go from giving us this much love and we can only handle this much, to backing off to only giving this much love. So now we're feeling comfortable. This is a range we can deal with. So we do it to make them back off. So we often do this when love feels different than what we received as children. It's crucial to understand. And this is why you want to know your attachment style. In a lot of other videos I talk about attachment style. You can have an anxious, secure, or avoidant attachment style. Depending upon which one you are is going to be how much closeness you feel comfortable with. If you have a secure attachment style, you can handle a lot more closeness than somebody that's an avoidant. Somebody that has an avoidant attachment style doesn't want to be that close. And they're going to be doing a lot more of these behaviors, and it's going to be a lot more frequent, and it's going to be a lot more intense and severe. So you need to look at that and be aware of that. So watch my videos on attachment style, which is really going to go into understanding it if you're not aware of it already. Now, if you know that your partner is an avoidant attachment style and you're an anxious attachment style, you can say to yourself, okay, I understand that they're feeling that I'm coming on too strong, I'm being too clingy, too needy, I can back off. I'm going to give them some space. And if you do that, they're going to be happier and more comfortable and a lot less likely to lash out at you because you're backed off. You're like giving them some wiggle room to feel comfortable again. So that's one way that being aware of this can help you. And I really want you to be aware of your style, your partner's style, because it's going to make a huge difference. Huge, huge, huge difference. And here's the thing. You are responsible for acting like an adult and communicating what you need. Now, if you've spent your whole life being unconscious of how you can handle closeness or intimacy or wanting space, this is going to sound foreign to you, but it's critical to having a healthy relationship. Because if you can tell your partner, hey, you've been really distant from me and I could use some time with you, I really could use some attention from you, then they have now they have to make the decision as an adult as to whether they're going to take your needs into consideration and help you out and be there for you. And if they're not willing to, then you know that maybe that's not a partner that's mature enough to handle the relationship. So, that's it for this video. Make sure you subscribe. I have a lot of great information coming out, and I would hate for you guys to miss out. Also, if you'd like to get my help individually, you can go to AskCraig.net, sign up for email coaching or Skype coaching, whichever one works best for you, and I will talk with you soon.